Mac fam to Bopping with Oak. I'm here with my boy Peter Adriance. He is an amazing worker in sustainable systems and development, and I'm gonna let him continue to introduce himself. So tell me a little bit about you again.
Well, Oak, I work as a representative for sustainable development in the U.S. Baha'i Office of Public Affairs. And I've been doing that for about, 20 plus years. Yeah, believe it or not.
Sorry.
And yeah, so I'm focused really on the portfolio of sustainability and everything that relates to it. And it's mostly around issues like climate change, environment, consumption and production, education for sustainable development.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just for the educational element of this, so the word sustainability and green and there's lots of words that describe a certain concept, but it doesn't. Certain words I think have been overused to some extent.
Totally.
So that being the case, how might we define, or like maybe
I think an easy way to think about it is living on Earth as if tomorrow mattered. What's the impact of our lifestyle on the planet and the people that live on it and the species that live on it? And so we got to think about those things now, because there's 7 billion of us on this planet, and it's definitely having an impact. And that's what we're learning more about every day. As we look around us and see the pressures of human population. In fact, we're in a whole new age called the Anthropocene. It's a long word, but it means basically an era in which humanity is having an impact on the actual geology of the planet, for the first time in history.
Okay, so I guess we're talking about kind of on a very macroscopic level, worldwide level. So what things on maybe the more neighborhood level are happening, or people doing to contribute to that change?
Lots, yeah, and that's the good news, because most of it's happening at the local level. People are learning more about how to live in a city, how to bring the economy in locally, how to eat sustainably. Transport is a big issue, how we get around. How we live really impacts others, And I think what we're trying to do is just shift things so that we have less of a long-term impact in negative ways and more of a long-term impact in positive ways. A lot of it has to do with energy consumption, thinking about how we use energy. You say you could be driving a car that's a gas guzzler, and what's happening because of that? You're contributing a lot of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere as a result of driving that vehicle around. So people are trying to figure out ways to cut down on that. They're walking more, they're bicycling more, they're sharing bikes, they're buying cars that have hybrid engines, use both electricity and gas. They're going to electric cars. They're using the bus. They're inventing rapid transit systems that are really above ground in buses that move people like a subway would, but it's a lot cheaper to install. Public transport is a big thing. How do we get around? So that's one area. Then in our homes, how we consume energy in the home. We've got lights all over the place. What kind of light bulbs are we using? And actually the incandescent bulb is being phased out because it's a big energy hog. It doesn't need to, you don't need that much energy to make the light that's required. Compact fluorescent bulbs are one way to kind of notch down. You maybe use a quarter of the energy for the same amount of light. LED lights are even more efficient, or maybe a tenth of the energy for the same amount of light, and they last many times longer.